today we're talking EBT. Real people, real consequences this time. Ooh, some folks flexing when it was free. Now it's accountability time. Y'all remember Quay, right? We covered her on the Food Stamps Saga series.
28-year-old mother of 9 who bragged about spending thousands of dollars a month on her EBT card just had her benefits terminated. This means taxpayers are off the hook, as this woman will no longer have her 12 kids, she's pregnant with triplets, 100% supported by taxpayer-funded food stamps. That's because President Donald Trump is putting an end to abuse and fraud in federal assistance programs. Trump says he is saving taxpayers from paying for endless dependency and is bringing accountability to the programs. The woman gained popularity online by posting videos of herself shopping at Sam's and Costco, flaunting massive grocery hauls paid for with food stamps. However, the Trump administration is ramping up audits and eligibility checks and putting an end to these types of situations. The woman is now complaining that her EBT benefits have been terminated, forcing her to prepare quote-unquote meager meals for her large family, like small portions of eggs, waffles, and sausage on 9 plates. A big difference from her previous extravagant shopping sprees. Last month, the woman, who refers to herself as Girl Quake, went viral with a cooking video where she prepared a large breakfast, including buttermilk waffles, French toast, sticks, blueberry waffles, and Roger Wood sausages, all purchased with her EBT card. Earlier that month, she showcased a grocery haul of more than $1,000 paid entirely on EBT, including multiple packs of snacks, meats, and produce, bragging that everything is free. Trump's reforms, SNAP verification, and fraud detection measures have already identified thousands of ineligible recipients.
Yeah, this is a FAFO moment. Like I said, we covered this woman a couple different times on the channel. So it was right that we had to start with the viral 1K hauls mom. Y'all seen it? All that processed food, benefits terminated after all that bragging. Actions have receipts now. When you go viral for abusing the system, and guess what? The system eventually notices. 2 seconds though, real quick. If you're serious about accountability, you should start with your own security.
Honestly, I didn't realize how exposed I was until it got personal. My number was out there. My old passwords out there. And the crazy part is I thought I was being careful. I don't click weird links. I use very strong passwords, but none of that matters when your information is already floating out there in the internet. And it's not just social media either. It's your email, your bank account, your whole digital life. And this is why I use Aura.com, the sponsor of today's video. They remove your personal info from data broker sites. They scan the dark web 24/7 and alert you the moment your information shows up in a leak or breach. They monitor your credit, your bank accounts, and your social security number. They even bundle in a password manager, antivirus, VPN, and identity theft insurance, all in one app. Since using Aura, I've seen my data pulled off over 20 broker sites. Imagine how much of your info is out there, celebrity. If you've never checked whether your information has been exposed, now is the time. Go to aura.com/kingdomreacts and start your 14-day free trial on us. By the way, that link is in the description. You might be shocked at what's already out there. I was, but at least now I know I'm protected, and I know I'm doing my part in helping you protect yourself.
Now, I know you can benefit from having that in your life every month of the year. And while claiming no benefits next month.
So I just received an email from my food stamp benefits saying that if the government shutdown lasts longer than this month, I will not be receiving any benefits next month. And it's like, this month is kind of already done with, so I don't really see the government opening back up before October's over. What I get paid equals to the amount of what my...
Did you just take your kids to Disney on Ice like 4 days ago and then make content about it? Let's look.
Don't even get pulled over in they new V Atlanta. It feel like LA.
You said you had like 5 kids, so let's say you took all 5 of those kids to Disney on Ice. It's going to cost you anywhere from $175 to $600. This is according to Google. Tickets can range anywhere from $35 to $120. You look like you were somewhere in the mid-range. You didn't look like you were in the nosebleeds, but you weren't in those great seats either. Now, maybe you went with a friend and you split the cost, but here's the thing. The government shutdown and the EBT conversation has been having for weeks. You knew this was coming. Why would you go out and spend all that money on Disney on Ice? Why didn't you save your money and use it to buy food? Because let me tell you something. When things get hard up in this house right here, the first thing to go is those expendables. For us, it's summer basketball or extracurricular activity program. It's energy drinks, it's special stops at the gas station, it's making a huge ass batch of chocolate chip cookies so that they last all week for snack, and really there's nothing else. Not you though. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go back to this, but we're already balls deep in it. So here's another food stamp haul. This is from a different creator, and this was only from 3 days ago.
Yo, quarter of food stamps spent in one day because we will not have them after the 31st because of the shutdown, which is fine. I will make it stretch for at least 1 to 2 months. I got 130 items for $364.
All I see is processed. And I can't seem to process why. Okay.
And I do want to say my boyfriend works 50 to 55 hours, but all of his paycheck goes to rent, and then a little bit left goes to the rest of our bills because nothing.
I don't see a vegetable yet. Okay, I think I see some stir fry.
Lovely stuff away.
There's so much fucking soda in that video. I got diabetes just watching it. And the frozen dinners and the frozen pizzas. You're gonna make that shit stretch 2 months? No, you ain't. You'd have been better off stocking your freezer full of meat and potatoes. I saw not one item for Thanksgiving dinner, not one. Y'all want to be mad at me because I'm calling these people out. Why don't you go be mad at the people that are exploiting it and put it on the internet? And for those who are saying, well, this is rage bait, they're just rage baiting, but then they deserve all the hate that they get because then you're basically exploiting an entire group of people. Then you should go yell at them for rage baiting the internet instead of being in my comments yelling at me for putting it out there. These people ain't poor. These are not poor people. These are not people who are suffering. They are not. And there's so many more still just from this week.
Yeah, man. People need to know the difference between poor and poor decision making. The conversation that we really need to have is the decisions we as parents make with our finances surrounding our children and how they eat. Instead, we want to go, go like she said, go to the gas station, buy all the extra stuff, get your nails, hair did. 5 kids to Disney on Ice 4 days ago, but panic about food stamps tomorrow? Entertainment before essentials is not budgeting. It's denial. And speaking of that good old word, denial.
Go get a job. Work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5.
I don't want to.
There it is. Government, Kansas, Missouri, take away her food stamps right now. Did you just hear that? Take them away. I'm not even kidding.
I will
You
say,
don't want to? F you. That is not a choice.
Don't want to.
Huh?
I don't want to.
Then that is not fair. That is not a choice. Subsidies.
I mean, well, technically, she can not want to work, but not having to work, that's a different conversation. But I get where you're going with this, for sure.
Subsidies should be there, and even more for those who cannot. You can, and you're choosing not to because you do not want to. And I knew the more and more I pushed on it, we would find out that you're doing this because you want to. Straight up, not because you can. Using ADHD and autism? Yes. Is he able to communicate with other people?
Yes.
Okay, then I don't want to hear it. Come on. He's every Gen Beta ever. Gen Alpha, Gen Beta. He is every single one of them born.
Maybe.
They're all getting diagnosed with this. If he's able to communicate with people and he's able to do things, and you're right, he probably didn't need the accommodations that you're thinking based on everything you're telling us. The more information is unlocked, the more we're finding out he could probably just go to school.
Well, he is back in regular school now because he was missing things that should have been taught when he was in kindergarten and first grade.
Who would have fucking thought?
And we needed help filling those holes.
Well, you would make more money, by the way, getting a babysitter that could watch 2 hours between school and you getting home. And you going and actually making money like a fucking adult. 31? What a joke.
I know.
Yeah. But it ain't funny when you talk about these babies. But straight up, I don't want to work. That's the quiet part out loud. And the audience paying the bill hears it. I forgot a way to put that. Yeah, man. Like I said, not wanting to work. I don't think none of us want to work. You know, if we could just, I do. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a hustler. I got to get out here and get it. But, I was being all funny. Like, you don't want to work, but you need to work. You still need to provide for yourself and your family. I want to do that. I know we all want to do that. Now, the counterpoint from a creator calling the mindset exactly what it is.
Entitlement. That's what happens when a society rewards laziness and punishes responsibility. Now the entitled crowd thinks it's okay to steal just because they lost their food stamps. Somewhere along the way, they convince themselves that if the government stops handing out free stuff, they have got the right to take whatever they want. That is the Democrat mindset. Promise free everything, then point fingers when the bills come due. That is not hunger. That is entitlement. And you know what's even worse? They are being encouraged to think that way. The same politicians who preach compassion and equality are the ones who created this dependency in the first place. They train people to rely on the system and then act shocked when the system collapses. Meanwhile, hardworking Americans are paying more in taxes, working longer hours, and watching people justify theft as survival. My heart goes out to the people who are old, sick, or disabled. They truly need help. But these entitled idiots who think the world owes them free everything, they are the reason the system keeps breaking.
Exactly. That's not hunger. That's entitlement. Harsh? No, I don't think it's harsh. But to the ones who saying maybe, sure. But plenty of families cut luxuries, add shifts, and they figure it out. Every day you wake up with a chance and opportunity. Use it. And then there's the shutdown voicemail stories.
So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I came down to the store because I thought my food stamps were supposed to be loading, and there's nothing on there. So I reached out to the office, and there's a recording that says, due to the government shutdown, all benefits are placed on hold and no money will be loading. So I had a cart full of stuff because I just assumed it was going to be on there like it always is. And I'm not 100% sure. So then I called over to the housing office about the rent check, and they told me the same thing. It says, due to government shutdown, all funding has been stopped. Rent payment, please reach out to your landlord as rent payments will not be funded for at least the month of October.
Wow.
Anyone else having this problem? Let me know in the comments because I'm not really sure what to do now.
PSA. October payments are already loaded in many states. The bigger risk has been November. Either way, the grown-up move is to prepare, not panic. Now let's zoom out. How big is the program? How big is this program? Like, really?
Trump administration says it will not use emergency funds to pay for federal food benefits with a fast approaching deadline. CBS's Christina Fan is in New York with details on that. Christina.
Well, Jericho, 1 in 8 Americans rely on SNAP benefits, and tonight there is mounting worry for them. They might not be able to afford food with money running out 1 week from today.
I think people are starting to panic.
Food banks around the country are flashing warning signs.
We've been having about 7 to 10 new people a day this week.
Look at that. That was full this morning.
The pantry at Calvary Episcopal Church in Kentucky ran out of food for the first time in its 43-year history.
We feel like this is the tip of the iceberg.
Members of the California National Guard are now deployed to help food banks in the state. In Massachusetts, 16% of residents rely on SNAP benefits, which provide an average of $187 a month, or about $6 a day. Democratic Governor Maura Healey holds President Trump responsible.
Leadership is a choice. And sadly, President Trump has chosen to take away food from people all around this country.
Wow.
Aboard Air Force One, President Trump told reporters he's not to blame.
Well, I'm going to let some other people talk to you. I'll have a comment on that later, but the Democrats are stopping it.
The sudden loss in federal food aid will ripple beyond homes into stores and businesses. Every dollar in SNAP benefits generates $1.54 in economic activity.
Quite a bit of our sales come from EBT recipients. Right now it's making up about 10 to 15% of our total sales a month.
And Democrats say they will not vote to reopen the government unless there is an extension of health care subsidies for millions of Americans, while Republicans say they want the government to reopen first before any negotiating.
So, about 1 in 8 Americans on SNAP. That scale demands accountability, both from policymakers and recipients. But online, some are calling it darker than policy.
When you hungry and they told you, oh, you ain't getting no stamps.
Somebody want to cut off food stamps.
Come on, B. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
They fucking up Thanksgiving, man.
This is systematic genocide. They doing it because they know when niggas get hungry, they start doing whatever. And
oh, wow. This is what you call the results of MSNBS and the Joy Reids of the worlds right here.
Start doing whatever. And when you start getting that whatever, what we call it the fuck it, once you get that in your brain, that means there's going to be more people in prison, which means they happy because the more black men you keep putting in prison, that means the less black men is out here making more babies. If they stop our population, they can stop us.
What? What? No, man. It's just the Democrats don't want to pass the bill because they want to give free health care to illegals and all this other crap. Two paths. Steal or step up. Garden, budget, swap luxuries for staples, add hours. It's not easy, but it is adult. And while serious people adjust, the loudest go louder.
Listen, I want everybody to eat, but can we get real for just like 1 minute? Because on November 1st, you're going to have two kinds of people. On one hand, you're going to have people who are going to thieve, loot, steal, and destroy. On the other hand, you're going to have families who are going to make things stretch, make things work, pick up extra shifts, get another job. They're going to make it work. You're going to have people who cause chaos, and you're going to have people who try to find solutions. You're going to have people who only think about themselves, and you're going to have people who take care of their families and then try to help their neighbor. And if you one of the crazies out here getting on this here Celine Dion's Forever Internet talking about, I'm going to steal, I don't care about anything, I don't care if my card don't work, you dumb. I said it, you dumb. Out here tattling on yourself the way you gonna steal. You don't think people, hello, like, are we new to the concept that actions have consequences? And if you are one of the idiots thinking this way, how do you think your kids are gonna eat when you're sitting in lockup? Jesus. And I won't sit here and pretend that the system hasn't been broken for a long time. I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm a Christian. I vote my conscience, my morals, and my faith, okay? But let's not pretend that this hasn't been a problem long before Trump got in office, okay? These systems have been broken for a long time. It's not a secret. I am 35 and have been using for the last 3 years my summers to learn how to grow food and preserve it. I don't care who you are. If you are an intelligent, able-bodied American who can read and understand basic instructions, you can grow a garden. You can learn how to can and preserve your own food. But I'm telling you what, be safe. I want everybody to eat, but if you go shopping on November 1st, welcome to the first annual Hunger Games.
I'm just saying, Democrats, if everybody disagreeing with y'all, y'all never find no solution. This chaos y'all putting everybody in helps no one, especially the kids that y'all claim to be protecting. And y'all can go ahead and come in. You come in. And unfortunately, I don't have a segue for this ignorance. Just listen.
I just wanted to come real fast just to make this video, just to make something very, very clear to the white man. Black Americans do not care about your government shutdown, and Black Americans do not care about you taking away our EBT and our government assistance, because Black Americans never depended on the American government to take care of us and feed us, because we never could. We were never able to depend on the government, in spite of what you may say and what you may try to force us to believe. So you can sit back and you can mock, you can laugh, and you can think that you're about to starve us to death. But I'm here to let you know that we are going to eat regardless, even if we have to hunt you animals down and roast and eat you. The delectable crackers and cheese. We will make it happen if we have to. Trust and believe me. And if it takes this government shutdown for Black people to finally come from under the government and understand that we don't need to be paying our taxes into this government, what we really need to be doing is taking care of one another, buying land, and growing our own food and building our own nation. If this government shutdown and starvation is what it's going to take, then let the party begin. It's Black power, baby, and we rise.
Okay. Internet theatrics won't feed your family. Work will. Discipline will. Priorities, they definitely will. Oh, you got to turn that off. I know you just got here, but I'm literally in the middle of recording a video. Program should be a bridge, not a lifestyle. You're making it work without excuses. I see you. I do. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to put no excuses. All right? Because there's no excuses, man, as to what's going on, man. Y'all be safe. Go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace. My little deuces was